Winery and Orchard, and she's going to tell us a little bit about her operation and how she's marketed to consumers. So Dana, can you give us a little background on your farm, how it started and how it's grown to such a large operation?
Yes, I certainly can, Brittany. This farm was established back in 1843 by our ancestors in Baden-Baden, Germany. Our ancestors were primarily fruit farmers and in nature, so we have started primarily as a fruit farm operation and are still very well known for that today. As it moved through the generations, and now we're into the 7th generation, we have someone working full-time from that generation. Our grandparents built an old dairy barn in 1938, and that dairy barn was primarily built to start in the dairy operation. However, the war started around that time, and most of their employees were called off to serve their term. So at that point, the family decided, the 4th generation, decided to go back to what we did best, which was traditional farming. So the 5th generation, which is my husband's parents, and his co-owner, Greg Huber's parents' idea was to go back into the farm market and to really start advertising to people how we can pick and how we can get into that business. So in the 5th generation, you saw us in 1978 start to open up our farm market, and we started to advertise to people in the city, in Louisville, Kentucky, and some of the surrounding areas, Evansville, Cincinnati, Indianapolis, to come down and visit us. And that became very well known and coined in 1978, so that was the pick operation. As the business transitioned from the 5th generation to the 6th generation, which is my husband and his first cousin, you saw a lot more emphasis placed on tourism. Not only how can we get people out here to pick fresh produce and experience agriculture, which is still our main mission, but how can we entertain the family so that they stay for more than just an hour? And that is when agritourism became widely popular for us. From the 5th generation to the 6th generation, we added several new venues. We added our farm park, we added our cheese factory, our ice cream shop, we also added plantation hall. So those big pieces of our business have been built as the business was transitioned from 5th to 6th generation. And what I think I would tell everyone is that it doesn't happen overnight. We've been doing this for a very long time, and we're very proud to have it built to what it is today. But each one of us in each generation had a seed to develop the business from.
Exactly. So obviously you do have a large market here now, and there's a lot of consumers, a lot of tourists that come here. How did you get the word out? What was your best marketing tool? Was it word of mouth over the years, online advertising? What would you say worked best for you?
I'd say primarily one of the best things that we have going for us is word of mouth. When someone is here, whether they're here to pick produce or whether they're here to sample wines, they're coming back multiple times for different reasons. Some people are coming out here today to attend a special event at Plantation Hall, or they might be coming to their niece's wedding here. Yeah. So they're visiting our premises for different reasons. And each time we're able to pull that customer back, they have a different experience. And they also see how much, the scope of what we have to offer. So having many things to offer keeps things very interesting for families. Yeah. So that they consider that very often, and hopefully will visit us more than 1 or 2 times a year, maybe 3, 4, 5, or 6 times a year.
And so while you were transitioning to a more agritourism-focused business, what were some of the obstacles that you did run into?
As we were transitioning to an agritourism destination from our traditional beginning, I think some of our challenges have been to do everything with quality. As you begin to expand, obviously you need more people engaged to help you with that. So you're bringing more people in and you're expecting them to manage those parts of the business. That's a challenge, but it's also an opportunity, but definitely a challenge. Also, our challenge was, the reason we moved towards more of an agritourism destination is traditional agriculture. There were gaps in our seasons when we're actually growing and producing products. So in order to compensate and to bring people when traditionally there weren't ag crops available, we were able to have the winery, which is open year-round, and to entertain people through Plantation Hall or by coming into our farm park on some non-season times. So those gave us the ability to bring people here to our farm when in fact typically we didn't have business. So that was another challenge we had to deal with, how to sustain this so that the rest of our family members could be involved in the business and have enough for each of us to manage.
And what has been one of the things that surprised you most about working with the public, whether it be how interested they are in the U-Picks or the winemaking process?
I think one of the most interesting things about working with our customers is the stories that they bring back to us of when they were small, in kindergarten and came here for an apple tour, and how they're bringing their families back to actually experience that same feeling that they had when they were here as a child. And you see those families sharing those stories with us. It's a delight to hear the customers. We get all sorts of letters from them about all the great things that we're doing, and we constructively take their feedback and their comments about how we can improve our operation each and every day, because they want us to be successful in our setting, and they're helping us to grow and to become better. So we do work very well with our customers. We wouldn't be here if it weren't for their support, and we take their input very, very seriously.
And if you had one piece of advice to give to other farmers out there who may be thinking about starting a business like this, obviously on a smaller scale to start out with, what would be your tip to them?
I think my tip would be is to start slowly, to find things that match your mission and your strategy, and to focus on those pieces of the business. Not to grow and expand and try to do everything at once. I would say to be patient and to do whatever you have to offer to do it well. So if you are focused on school tours, school tours, and maybe you add something to your venue, focus on those activities and make sure that is the best experience, because that will keep your customers coming back to you. And I think that's what's made us the most successful. We're a very diversified business, diversified enough that I think our generation is ready just to kind of status quo and to continue doing what we have today and doing that very well. But we're continuously looking for opportunities to add to our business plan, but we only add them as we know we can support them and that we can deliver that quality service to our customers.
All right, thanks, Dan. You've given us a lot of great information.
Thank you, Brittany.